Welcome back to addicted2CarpFishing89. You join me at my local club lake today on a quick day session. We're going to have a quick walk around the lake, see if we can see anything to go on. If not, we're going to set up, keep our eyes locked on the water. If we see any shows, bubbles, anything to do with watercraft, we're going to move on it straight away. Join me back when we set the rods up. So the rods are out now. We didn't see nothing to go on. We are in the middle of December, a week away from Christmas. So the fishing will be a little bit finicky. There might not be no signs to go on at all. Got down the lake a little bit late. Ideally on a day session you want to get down here just before it gets light. But due to commitments at home with my partner and daughter, it's hard for me to do that. But the rods are out. So we just got to wait and see what happens. They're both out on the multi-rig with pop-ups. So yeah, a little PVA bag of 8mm switch boilies glugged in the Secret 7 hydro spod syrup. Give it an hour or so here. If there's nothing to go on, then we'll just move. Got to keep watching that water. It's like a sheet of ice today. So if there is any signs, it should be quite easy to see. So I've just fired out some 8mm in my catapult. So it just gives it a nice little spread of bait over both rods. And then hopefully it'll bring fish in. Any fish that are passing or nearby, that bait I've been glugging for a while will start working. We just had a line on the right hand rod. It's been about 5 minutes since I've done them catapults out with the bait. So line is good, it's positive. I might need to sink my rod tips a little bit lower to prevent that. I don't want to spook the fish. Just have to wait and see what happens. So those that want to see the bait I'm using, here we go. I'm not sponsored by DNA or anything, but there we go. That's the switch. That's glugged in the Secret 7 hydro spod syrup by DNA. The smell is, I've never smelled nothing like this before. It smells really nice. I have had some of the other 8mm left over from my last session from last week, so they'll be really glugged up as well. But yeah, that's my bait, little 8mm, which help the carp out a great deal this time of year, more easily digestible. There's a lot of what the fish need in this bait, so I'm happy to fish it. I've done my research on it. But yeah, that's the DNA switch pimped up a little bit. Get everything up on the barra, which is just here. Get my distance sticks in and stuff. I've got bait out in both areas over there now, so I can always come back to that. But I'm going to go where I've seen the fish activity. That's what I've been waiting for. So I'm going to be really quiet when I get round to the new swim, get everything sorted, and then we'll catch up then. So we're all moved now. We're back in the swim where I caught that last common from. I've seen some activity here. So this is where I've come. I've got that rod just out in front. That's on the multi-rig. My right hand rod is just going out just under there. Just got a couple of pouches of 8mm over the top. Just got to let things settle down now and see what happens. Keep watching the water. All to play for. I'm just watching the top part of that corner of the lake up there, because the winds are south, but it's light, but it's fresh. The sun's trickling through a little bit. up there is looking quite good, I'd say. It's out of the wind. So I'm going to give it a little bit longer here. Watch the water, keep watching up there as well. See what happens. If I have any indications, I might stay a little bit longer. But I'll give it like another 10 minutes, maybe 15, and then I'm going to move up there. I've not been in this swim long, but that wind's just picked up and it's quite fresh, like I say. And that part of the lake up in that corner is looking quite still. So I'll give it like another 10 minutes in this one, and then I reckon I'm going to move. So everything's packed up from that swim. Didn't produce nothing, no liners, nothing. Very fresh sitting there. So I'm going to move around to that top part of the lake where it seems to be out of the wind, and we'll see what happens. All the gear's ready to rock and roll. So let's get around there. Join me at the next swim. We're all settled into another swim now. Thought I'd drop into this one instead of the other one I was going on about earlier. Both rods went out first time. I've got a couple pouches of bait over each rig. My left hand rod's just down in there. That's why I'm sitting all the way up here. And my right hand rod is just out there. I've got the bait over it as well. So just got in here a couple minutes ago. Just a waiting game now. Gonna eat some lunch and enjoy this sunshine. Let's see what happens. A little update. I've moved my right hand rod now all the way over to the lily pads. Fishing the multi-rig still. A little PVA bag of 8 millers on there. I'm fishing locked up. I've had a liner already. Left hand rod's done me a couple of liners, but I'm sitting further down the bank now next to my rods, but I'm still being quiet. So I had activity on both rods. Lovely and sunny. Hopefully we can nick another December bite. Let's see what happens. Quick little update. The right hand rod I changed. I just had a little comment off the lily pads. That's all. That's in the net now, relaxing, just chilling out from the little battle we had. The rod's back out in the same spot. Just got to get all the unhook and everything sorted out, and then we can see this little common. Happy days. Common from the right hand rod that was on the lily pads. Didn't take really long. There we go. Beautiful little common. Lovely winter one. Perfect mouth. Nice and golden. It's only a little one, but it's good sport this time of year. I'm happy for the bite. DNA bait's working for me. Let's just turn this one around so you can see it. I've got the rod back out. Had liners since I've been photoing this fish. There we go. Nice little December common. It might be my last week of fishing for a little while, with Christmas and work and everything coming up. So I've got to make the most of this. Really happy with this little common off a new spot for me as well. Happy days. Let's put this one back. So it's been a little minute now, so I'm reckoning the fish is ready to go back to fight another day. It's been treated and everything. Got it the wrong way around, didn't I? Here you go, mate. Spin you around. Yeah, bear with me, people. Here we go, mate. Let's turn him around. There you go. Nice December common, exactly a week before Christmas. Happy days. Let's see what else happens now. So the move paid off for me. The right hand rod doing me the business, the bite. Really happy. That's been out fishing for a while now, since that last common. Just got my left hand rod over on the lily pads as well, but just to the left, literally to the tip of them. That's on the multi-rig, and the right hand rod's on the 360 rig. I know it's clear out there. With the multi-rig, I like to pop up a little bit more off the bottom, especially near lily pads and just off the sides and corners of them, because you don't know what lays beneath. So yeah, I've just literally redone the left hand rod to the new spot as well. Got everything drying out. Sun's still out. So yeah, it's been good so far. It's nice being on the bank, especially with that nice little common. Really happy with that. Let's see what happens. If I do see something show elsewhere, by the way, I will be moving on it. So yeah, just keep watching the water, playing it by ear. Just a little thing really I do to try and dry my net off quite quickly after having a fish. I just poke it into the ground and then just let it air dry. But obviously if you get a fish, you can just pull it out and land the fish. But if nothing happens, it's drying. Hopefully be nice and dry when it's time to go, if we haven't had a fish. But yeah, that's what I do. Just had a liner on the left hand rod. A little tap it was. So hopefully there's something in the area now. I did put out a couple of spots over each rod. It's been really glugged up. So hopefully something's getting its head down on my bait. Hopefully it'll nail my rig. I'm fishing both the rods quite close together as well. So if there's a couple of them feeding, I just have to wait and see what happens. I really haven't got long left now. Let's see what happens. So after that liner I had, I thought there'd be fish in the area. My left hand rod, which was a new spot as well, has just gone. And I've just gone and got myself another December common. I've got everything ready. Just need to get the fish out, have some photos, you lot can see it. But yeah, number 2 of the session. Really happy with this one, slightly bigger. Let's see it on the mat. Catch you soon. So here's fish number 2, off a new spot next to the lily pads. My left hand rod. Slightly bigger this one. There we go. Just hold it steady when they tense up. But yeah, there we go. Another nice December common. Happy days. I've still got one rod out, the one I had the bite on earlier. Put this down, turn it around. So you never know, my other rod could go. So it's all to play for really. Here we go. So number 2 of my session, slightly bigger. This one on the multi-rig. Nice golden common. Happy days. Let's get it back. So after that other common, I put the other rod away and alarms. Still got the one rod out there, but I'm near enough to the end of my session now. If you're still watching, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you like this or you want to see anything from myself when I'm angling, please just ask me in the comments. This will be my last session now, most probably until the new year. So I hope you all have a very nice Christmas. Then you all get what you want for Christmas. Lots of fishing stuff, I hope. And also have a cracking new year. So thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. I'll be really grateful. And have a good new year. Tight lines and wet nets.